Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Mattshotcha. I am your lead community developer here at Gun Media, and today is Tales from the Stream, but we've got a little bit of a deviation from our usual format. Before we get into all that and why, let's get our hellos out of the way. We've got Sick Boy, Thursday the 12th, Phaser Brain, Lord Shamrock, Don't Z, Justin, Wolfpack, Mighty Mouse. We've got a Mayari, Sitan, Nix, I think you go by Nix for short, Bad Girl, Charmin Extra Soft, Bruno Sick, Tyler, The Lane Shift, Tyler DR, Darkest God, Anthony D, how's it going? Over on Mixer, we've got Jeffree Star, Big Fancy, Newman on Gaming, Tulin Ho BR, and looks like Izzy A. Toits, if I got that right. How's it going, everybody? Faded X Rated, what's up? Kung Pao Chicken Dude, what's going on? Superior Scare It, how's it going, bud? Thanks for joining us. First stream with us. Thanks for joining us. Usually on Tuesdays, we run a show called Beyond, which is where we check in and we give you guys all the news on all the things going on with Gun Media, whether it's, you know, Friday the 13th, Layers of Fear, or whatever. Our news is Tuesdays, 3 p.m. on a show called Beyond. And then on Thursdays, we run this show, which is a show called Tales from the Stream. Normally, we sit down, we have a little bit of a more mellow stream where we hang out, talk to you guys about, you know, horror and horror games and snacks. And we play some games, you know, from around the world of horror gaming, not necessarily our own. And we have a pretty good time with it. But today, we are straying from our usual programming because you may know that we've released a patch on Friday the 13th, the game. And you may be seeing, you may be seeing some issues with that patch. So we wanted to take today, number one, we had kicked around the idea of not streaming today simply because everybody's all hands on deck trying to, you know, get the work done. We've got a lot going on at Gun these days. Considering that we launched the patch on Tuesday, we've got some issues that we'll get into in a minute with that patch. We haven't brought that patch over to PC yet because of these issues. We're holding it up. We've also got the Switch launch coming up. We've got people running in a million different directions. A lot going on here. So we're going to cancel today simply to try to make room for the bulk of work that we have to do today. But we figured we better, you know, better than to just flat out cancel it and put out a tweet. We wanted to make sure that we checked in with you guys, got you guys all the news that we have for you to this point on the situation with Friday the 13th, so you guys aren't in the dark. So yeah. So basically, this is going to be a Beyond stream wrapped up in a Tales. Hey, how's it going, Janitor Tony? How's it going, AR Johnson? Appreciate you being front-facing and being willing to stream to talk to fans. Of course, always. Issues, this patch is horrific. Now, Super T, the first thing, hey, how's it going, Prudence? The first thing I would bring up is, number one, the patch, it's in a state, yes. It's not necessarily the best to be seeing these kinds of issues crop up, but there's an aspect of this that, what canceling? Love the shirt, man. Hey, thanks, Anthony D. What's the canceling about? Anyhow, there's issues with the patch, right? We're not going to lie to you guys or try to sugarcoat that. There's issues with the patch currently. We're working through figuring those things out. But to say that the patch is horrific, I think that I understand people are frustrated. Again, I get that. I'm not arguing that. Be frustrated. Look, man, totally expected. To say the patch is horrific, though, is to undermine, there's a significant amount of work that had to go into this. Now, a few of you guys are from the Reddit or forums where you've talked to me about, you know, things like what went into fixing the roof glitch. Going back to the, you know, the issue of the interaction situation was causing players to slingshot onto the roof. In order to fix it completely, a lot of you guys said, why don't you make a dead box up there, cut a hole in the roof, whatever the hell. That would be treating, you know, the symptom, not the disease. That would be fixing that one area. We wanted to go into the system and get this sorted out so that we're done with this. Now, by going into that system and combing through all that crap underneath, yes, you're talking about a major undertaking from a team who is tasked with maintaining and making changes to something that they did not craft from scratch. So yes, there's that. Now this isn't excuses. This is just the simple truth of it. So there's hurdles involved there. It's no easy undertaking. We knew that going in, and that's what caused the timing that it was on the last patch. Some things got missed. There's a few situations now, a few issues now. They are the issues that are more pressing, like for instance, Jason's shift and things like that. The team is confident. We've already got that sorted. We're not rolling that out just yet, and I'll get to that in a minute. But we've got the shift and sense situation sorted out. The counselors interacting with like windows and such, and then being able to use combat stance come out of it, or opening a drawer and using combat stance come out of it. The interruption of animations, that's again one of those ripple effects that the team is currently working on. They're looking at ways to get that sorted through. So again, major underlying system, major core system in the game. We tinkered with it. There's some ripple effect that we have to address, and we will get to that. So basically the point of all of that, the long-winded blah blah blah, is that whenever you have a situation like this where the core systems of the game have a very particular type of coding element to them and everything, for somebody who didn't craft that from the rip to have to pop the hood on that one and start working on it. I was talking with Wes earlier, and he put it in some pretty good terms. When you have an electrician come to your house, but they didn't build the house, so when something's totally borked, they got to get knee deep in there and figure it out. It's the same kind of thing. So yeah, we're also confident though that now our current team, Black Tower, they've had some experience in there. They've gotten underneath, got their hands dirty up to their elbows in the interaction system, and we're confident now that we'll be able to get this resolved. We're targeting next week for a fix to shift, sense, and the counselor interaction issues, where counselors are interacting and interrupting the animations. So yeah, basically, we're targeting next week for that. That would be, the best case scenario on that fix. As far as the other issue that's cropped up, and that's the situation with doors, I wanted to address this because the situation with doors, we're still kind of combing through this to the best that we can tell and reproduce. There is a super small window of time where Jason and the counselor has to be on opposite sides of the door, interacting with the door at the same time, and the server can't distinguish between the two, and the door gets broken open. Right now in our reproduction, it has been literally a pinpoint time. We're trying to gauge that and investigate further. That's going to take some investigating. And basically that's where that's at. So that's that fraction of a second in there where if you both interact with the door, it's confusing things. We're still kind of needling through that. So we've got actually, right before we walked into the streaming room, we had folks outside in our testing bank taking care of looking into that. Let's see here. Somebody asked a question and didn't get through. People are still glitching in the main brown house on Higgins Haven. How are they glitching in it? People are still glitching in the brown house on Higgins? I'm not sure I follow you. I can't believe people are saying it's just glitches. Deal with it when there are 30 plus bugs in this game. I would say that there are bugs in the game, sure. How's it going, please, Vini? There are bugs in the game, don't Z, and we are looking through and working on them again. But as far as what's been introduced with this latest patch, that's what we're tackling first. A lot of the things that people are bringing up, for instance, the car and such, that wasn't tampered with for this patch. So again, I'm not saying you should be saying they're just bugs, deal with it. I'm saying that we're basically working through the progression here. The roof situation taken care of, interactions in general, and being able to suspend those interactions in order to slingshot players and Jason's taken care of. Now, the residual effects of that, we have to nose around and work on. First up is going to be the way counselors interact with things, the combat stance, canceling of animations. That's the first thing that we've got on the slate. And then we can get back to that prioritization list that we keep talking about so much. But again, it's no Jason X for sure, no Jason X, no. Did environmental kills get fixed? Environmental kills did not get fixed for this patch. They are something that's high up on that list. It's something that we're looking into for the next. Let's see here. Yeah, Jason X won't happen, exactly. I'd like to see environmental kills for Jason fixed. It causes major balancing issues if an environmental kill doesn't work. It's quite frustrating. Cleaves, we hear you loud and clear. I don't want to say for 100%, but I believe that as far as I can tell, that's just about the top of that priority list once we get through what we're dealing with. I can't say for sure. We'd have to reevaluate, but I'm 99% sure that that's pretty high up there. That's top of the list, so... I am glad roof glitch fixed, but Jason's shift needs to be fixed. Yes, T-Kid, that's actually in for this fix that we're targeting next week to deploy. That was the Jason's shift situation was taken care of pretty quickly. That and Sense is in for the next update. The only reason that, again, like I said, we're still targeting next week is because we've got that nagging counselor animation interrupt that we've got to address. I had killed everyone else but couldn't see Tommy. He was in the house. I searched and destroyed everything. I could hear him yell every time I got near the spiral staircase. Shanto, I haven't seen a similar report of that, but if you have any kind of video, that would be perfect. Also, you could always head over to jasonkillsbugs.com, report that with as many details as you can, platform information, all of that, and then that way we can take a look at it. At least, hopefully, there will be something there we can take a look at. Do you have a timeline on when you think you will get the fix? Like I said, we're targeting next week. Please put Tommy could dance emotes. No way. I've seen several people doing the window dive cancel. Yes, that's why we're kind of pumping the brakes on just deploying the shift and sense fix. Because again, you know, we can't hot fix every 2 days. That's not how that goes. Platforms will not allow that. So we need to basically we need to basically hold back on this shift and sense thing while we work out counselor animation interrupts, and then we can put the 3 of them out together. Let's see here. I will if I see it again. I don't usually record on my Xbox. I appreciate it, Shanto, but you can still report and just provide all the details that you can. Like you said there, Xbox, platform, location, you know, any details you can think of. And by reporting to Jason Kills Bugs, that puts it in our system and we have that reference point. I know sometimes you guys, you know, you think that we're just passing you off to Jason Kills Bugs, but we do. Mel on the other side of that wall and Raj Mahal on the other side of that one, they can get that basically into the system, and they can keep track of that, and then we can tally up what's going on, how many people, you know, we can apply other information from other tickets that are maybe related and find common threads, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's massively important that we use the support site, so please use the support site. It's there for a good reason. I think I speak for everyone when I ask, why does it seem when you guys fix one thing and then 20 other things end up broken? I mean, honestly, this happens every patch. Why hasn't the Jason increased shift and sense not caught during testing before this patch came out? Havoc, I'm not entirely sure how this wasn't caught. Again, you know, I'm the community developer. I'm not here headhunting how this wasn't caught. I'm more worried about how we're going to get it resolved. As far as the situation with patches rolling out and then things ending up broken, you know, at this point in the game's life, the team is again, like I said, they're not the team that built the core system. They're kind of working through what's there. And yeah, you know, these underlying core systems that we're tinkering with, which again, the Packanack roof situation had roots in the core systems of the game. I think that's work that needs to be done. I think that if you can't expect a fix to something, you know, you can't expect a fix to getting folks off the roof without it being, you know, a bit of an undertaking. Again, if we had just done something quick and short term that didn't interrupt, you know, or interfere with the entirety of the interaction system, we would have just ended up with the counselors being on a different roof from a different method or back on the same roof from a different method, et cetera, et cetera. So while it's frustrating and we totally understand and hear your frustration, by the same note, it's necessary work in order to get that bug out of the game. So the upside to it is the ones that it's introduced, now the team's got a little more, you know, work under their belt in that system, and hopefully there's something small that we missed. The situation with shift and sense, again, I don't want to go out on a limb here and assume what it was, but the team got it turned around pretty quick. We apologize for the inconvenience on that one. The situation with the interaction, I'm confident that the team's got that figured out, the animation cancellation rather, and it's, again, probably a byproduct of something we did with the interaction system so far. So, again, you know, while I get where you're coming from, fixing a bug and introducing more, by the same note, it's the reach of the system that we just got done tinkering with. And that's an unfortunate truth of what had to be done in order to get people off of those roofs. Why don't you guys do a public test server so we can help run these builds in a setting with more players before these get pushed live? We would love to help test to avoid these problems. Public test server is something that we've kicked around here. it's not a small undertaking. For those of you who don't know me, I come from my entire time in video games, which at this point, you know, I've worked on a decent amount of titles, is all live games. I've only worked on games as a service / live games, so games where public test servers are a common thing, and they are no small undertaking. I assure you that it is not as easy as you guys may think. There's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of work that has to be done there. And so, yeah, it's something that's been kicked around. I don't know whether that will be something that we'll see in the future or not, but as of right now, we hear you guys on it, and we hear you guys on the frustration about the patch. By the same note, we don't want to basically dive into more work down a road when, you know, we should be able to fix our, you know, run our tests and take care of it in. As far as, you know, more balancing items, maybe then it makes a little more sense. But again, like I said, it's no small undertaking. So it's not something where you just go, yeah, screw it. Let's just flip the switch on the test server. So this game is great. Leave it as is. Tell these players to just get good. Please, Vini. No way, man. Random suggestion. Give Jason kill credit for any suicides or disconnects. I still have people disconnect right before death. We have heard that kind of feedback before. I don't have anything to confirm on that right now, but yeah, we have heard that feedback. We appreciate it. You know, the suicide situation right now, basically, the suicide situation, you know, it's super low priority. We took out the main motivator for suiciding, which was coming back as Tommy Jarvis. But yeah, currently while it's a frustration, it's not a huge, it's not a high list item. Matt, thanks for the invisible wall fix at Higgins Haven. Now, I wanted to ask you guys about that. I wanted to ask you guys about that one because a couple people are saying it's fixed, a couple people are saying it isn't. And if I'm not mistaken, the invisible wall that wasn't a break. That was in order to keep the looping to a minimum. So we gotta look more into that one too. Let's see here. Matt, you're amazing. I appreciate all you do for us. Bombshell Blossom, I appreciate you. Thank you for that. I needed that. Let's see, we got that one. I'm so damn excited to replay the virtual cabinet on the Switch when it's released. Awesome, Superior Scared. I appreciate that. I think the main motivator for suicides now is rage quitting. Yeah, which again, you know, I'm just saddened that Savini didn't get the buff. Well, the main motivator for suicides is rage quitting. Yes, that's agreed. But they can rage quit other ways. They can just exit out of the game. You know. So yeah. Let's see here. Matt is top shelf. Keep it PMS. Thank you so much. I understand, Matt, though I think the main motivation is just to screw Jason out of the kill, not Tommy. At this point, but that's only the main motivation now that we've removed the option of Tommy. But, you know, again, it's one of those things. It's not a super high priority. I hate to say it, but. Matt, you know you wouldn't have to keep slinging your hair back if you just stood that bad boy up like the good Lord intended. Before you say it's too long, Glenn Plake would seriously disagree. Bugasm, first of all, how are you, bud? Bug, it's been a minute since I've seen you in the chat. I'm happy to see you back. And yeah, I should put this stupid thing up, right? Put this mohawk up. I don't know that camera can zoom out enough, though, for the height of this thing at this point. Matt and Gun Media are the best. Wolfpack, thanks, bud. I appreciate it. After Jason shifts many times, I just get salty and leave. Well, and again, that's something, rage plus shifts, we're doomed. Yeah, bad girl, we understand, and that's something that is definitely in for next week. Well, targeted for next week, but it's definitely in. And Jelly Matt got to play with Blood. I've been playing with Blood for like 2 days. And I know I posted a lot of pictures of me playing with Blood, but all in all, it was like 10, 15 minutes of the most fun work I've had in a long time. I need to make some camera adjustments, that's right. Any word on PS4 X Pro, Xbox One X support? I'd love to see further draw distances, even at the same resolution. I'm shaking my head already as I'm reading the question because that's so far down the line. Look, you know, being 100% honest with you guys, and I want to make sure that I'm not setting expectations for something that isn't, you know, plausible or going to happen. Something like that is so far down the line that we need to see through some of these other things before we can even talk about it. So yeah, something that is a pure wish list item, that's off camera over here somewhere while we're worrying about the other things that are plaguing the community. Last post. Sorry for lots of posts. Don't apologize. That's what you're here for. Thanks so much for the good communication. It helps get through the annoyance that come from the buffs. Shanto, thank you for being appreciative. You know, these this communication and the setup here with these streams is the entire stream is built around the idea that we want to make sure that you guys have somewhere to go with frustrations where you can talk in real time to us. And that's not something, that's a core part of our community plan. It's not something that's going to change. So we appreciate you taking note of that one. And hopefully we're getting the job done as far as at least answering your questions, guys. I know you could be frustrated. I don't expect you guys to tune into the show, talk to me for 20 minutes and then walk away and be like, yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm totally fine now about the situation in game. I get it. Like, I get that that's not, this isn't about fixing your outlook on the game or fixing your opinion of the current state of the game. This is about giving you somewhere to talk, to be heard, so at least then you're informed, you understand, you've gotten your question out of the way, hopefully gotten it answered, et cetera, et cetera. I don't expect you to walk away thinking that, you know, we smell of roses. I just want you guys to have somewhere to go with these nagging questions and issues that you guys all have. So I hope that we're at least succeeding in that department. And if you are asking a question and I'm not seeing it, make sure you tag @GunMedia. That lights it up in the tablet here for me to see. We also have a Discord, !Discord in the chat. You can join that Discord. There is a channel for each of our shows. We have a Beyond chat and a Tales chat. If you asked a question in the stream, didn't get it answered, and you would like to still follow up, you can jump into that Discord, post your question there, and I will, when I walk out of here, when I'm back at my desk working on the variety of things that are going on right now, I will see the question and hopefully take care of it. One issue I had in recent matches was the high incidence of shuttered windows. Can we expect to see more balancing in that area recently? Thanks for engaging with the community. I appreciate the transparency. Matt, we appreciate you. Shuttered windows, I'm not sure I follow. How about this, Gun Media? Can we make Jason fly across the map and drop a nuke to kill all counters simultaneously? No, please, Vini, we can't. And I know that you don't need any help as Jason, please, Vini, so come on, man. You're so amazing, XOXO. Thank you, Bombshell Blossom. Dev team transparency. Oh, right, Kiba? I mean, we're trying. Can we drive the bikes in the maps? No. Leave Jason's shift alone. I still outrun Jason as Debbie Main. Leon Outlaw, there's a little bit of a misconception on the whole. People think that this was some kind of stealth buff to Jason. This was not. The shift situation, that was not a stealth buff to Jason. Hence, we're undoing it. So yeah. Last question I have, is there any progress on the ongoing issue with lack of ultra-wide monitor support on PC? I still have to hook my old monitor up to play without my screen being cropped. It's been ongoing for a while. Thanks for all you do, Matt. Dark God, I have seen your message about that. I want to say you messaged me on the forums. I saw the message and I need to follow up with our support team and check in on that one. Do me a favor though. Either, if it was the forums that you messaged me on prior, please bump that message with me. I will check in with the support team, see what kind of information we have for you. Or, I mean, you know, there's always the option of the Discord chat like we had said a minute ago. Is there any word on when pre-purchase will be available for Switch on eShop? Also, please make Savini Jason better. He looks scary, but he's soft. I don't know, man. That balancing thing, that's something that we would have to look at later. As far as the Switch on eShop, it should be up for pre-order digital. I'm new to this game. Why can't you add new content? Exclamation point content in the chat. We'll give you all the information on the status of content in Friday the 13th, the game. Longest story ever. Shortest way I can say it. Content is frozen currently while the rights holders are in a whole other situation outside of Gun. We are not a part of said situation. We are just taking the advice of our team. So basically there's no content coming, no new content coming to Friday the 13th, the game, but we can still focus on balances and bug fixes, which is what we are trying to do in these days. So yeah, basically exclamation point content in chat will take you to our full FAQ on the topic. Some windows can be opened and climbed through, jumped through. Some are randomly shuttered and can't be opened. A few patches ago, it seemed like the percentage of windows that can't be opened increased by a lot. Matt Hargett, that shouldn't, there's nothing that's come through the patch notes about changing how many windows can be opened. I don't want to say that there's a total placebo effect there, but we haven't intentionally tuned anything there. So, I mean, and this is the only time I'm hearing it. So, I don't want to say that you're not correct, but I also am skeptical. I apologize. Matt, look, man, you may be onto something. I have not heard that from a single soul otherwise. I will see if there is some way we can verify that topic. Just on the outside chance, man. Sometimes I play there's bright purple lights in some maps. If you're talking about Pinehurst, that's Pinehurst and Rainbow Blood. It's a texture situation. Yeah, that's a texture situation. As far, give us your version of the West smile. Man, I don't smile. I laugh once in a while, but I try not to smile. Exclamation point, sad? What is that for? Yeah, so the bright, oh yes, the textures on Pinehurst, yes. There's something gets tricky in the liquid textures on Pinehurst, so I'm not sure. Again, it would be something that I'd have to check up on. Shout out to Gun Media support for your patience. How many other gaming companies can players interact with devs? Just saying. Hey, please, Vini, thank you very much. We appreciate that. This has also been seen on Higgins. Purple lights. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Can you add Pamela's sentence saying punish them and Tommy intro? Add them where? Please Vini, this man is a legend. Go follow him on Twitch. Agreed. Go follow Please Vini on Twitch. He's a good dude. He runs a lot of really cool tournaments with the community as well. He's and you know, Please Vini himself will usually shoutcast them, which I think he does a great job hosting those tournaments. There's something to be said for somebody who can shoutcast the game the way that he pulls it off. And so yeah, quick shout out to Please Vini. He's good at what he does. The man knows what he's doing. Let's see here. Jarvis has seizure lights too. Huh, that I'd have to look into. Don't fix the Pinehurst blood, says Don't Z. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a fan of the Rainbow Blood. I mean, I know it's terrible to say, but Matt, gonna play Hide or Die? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'll probably play it on an episode of Tales, too. Love the game, but don't like early rage mode. I hear you, Soundest Texas. If you've got feedback on that, by all means, take that to the forums or Reddit and let us know. The rage change is staying. But if you've got some feedback there, let us know, guys. I feel like people hate the rage buff because they are bad at the game, like just practice and play smarter. Yes and no, Jeffree Star. I mean, let's put it this way. I don't think that people are bad at the game. I think that, you know, you hate the rage buff because they need to practice and play smarter. I agree with that part of it. I don't think it's because they're bad at the game. I think it's that they're accustomed to playing the game a specific way. And that is not scared of Jason. And so I think that's the outlook that needs to be changed. Matt, just have to say how much I appreciate all you guys do. Still love the game and have tons of fun with it after all this time. Just picked up Hide or Die too. Maybe see you there sometime. Absolutely, Dark God. Hey, Matt, anywhere where I can find all your tales from the streams from the beginning? Yes, absolutely. Haroon, they're all up on our YouTube channel. If you go to Gun Media on YouTube, we have a Beyond playlist and a Tales from the Stream playlist, and you can catch every past episode. Usually on Fridays, we upload the episodes of the week. We've switched over to a style of letting the 2 episodes that we air marinate on Twitch as a past broadcast for a bit before putting them onto YouTube. So tomorrow you'll be able to catch Tuesday's episode of Beyond and today's show on our YouTube, or you can catch them on our Twitch channel in our past broadcasts. I like how you take time to address us. We know you guys are really busy. I was playing a game online. My account got lost something. Devs and company didn't answer me. Huh. Are you talking about you were playing another game online? Well, you know, look, hey, everybody in the game industry is busy. I'm not here to judge or say anything. All I know is it's an important part of Gun Media's core community plans that we keep this level of interaction up. I know that sometimes when you only participate in the community on one channel, and what I mean by that is, like, we have community members who are only active on the forums, community members who are only active on Reddit, community members who are only active in Twitch. When you only participate in one, it may seem a bit lacking, but the idea is that we're trying to spread the team across as many channels as possible. We've launched the Discord channel. That's a fairly new channel we launched. Basically, the idea is we need to try to make sure that we are at all of these platforms, even if it's a smaller percentage, so that we can talk to the community where the community resides. Rather than say, this is the only place that we're gonna interact with the community, so you need to come to us. We're trying to make sure that we go to you guys. And we're doing our best with it. If there's, if you guys have feedback on that, jump in the Tales chat on the Discord, let me know, and we'll continue the conversation. But yeah, I'm really glad to hear that you guys are into this kind of level of interaction, and I hope that we can continue this. Our streams lately have been incredibly civil, considering the situation with the game, things that are going on. You know, with the amount of, we had a couple of sales that brought on some new players. We saw some of our old veterans pop back up in our streams and everything. I'm really happy that this can continue this way, and I hope that we can keep these streams going for a good long time. I think that I was trying to say thank you for your time. Leon Outlaw, I appreciate it. Hopefully we can continue this because I think this is beneficial to everyone. Beta video on Gun Media channel, Pamela says to Jason, punish them. That's what I mean. Well, I think there's a different line in there. I'd have to look into that. Again, super low priority. Double XP soon? Yeah, Thursday the 12th. We're going to wait till we get to the other side of this situation, and we'll probably run one the following weekend. What do you guys think of Predator Hunting Grounds? I don't know anything about it. We're not actually working on Predator. I don't know anything about it. All I know is a Predator game is awesome. Ilphonic is awesome. Hopefully, I will get a chance to play the Predator game, you know, soon. I can't wait for it. I mean, when it was announced, I wore my Predator shirt to the office because I'm just a nerd and I got hyped. Let's see here. 2 questions. Does the matchmaking try to group people with microphones together, Matt? And have you explored crossplay with any platform holders? Explored, no. Again, because it's something that would be nice, but again, it's down that line. As far as matchmaking, putting people with microphones together, I don't believe matchmaking checks for that. You guys are always here for the fans. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Wolfpack. That's all I wanted to know. Laugh out loud. I was hyped too, my dude. Yeah. I was pretty pumped, man. I saw it and I was like, I threw on my Predator shirt and came into the office like, did you hear? Hopefully you guys can hear me now through here. Matt got quiet. Yeah, sound went off. So Gun Media Sports said, can we recap the general update with potential timing for Free Lakuma? Yes, we absolutely will. I was about to say, it looks like the questions are getting thin, and we've been in here for 40 minutes, and I desperately need to get back to my desk and get back to work. So we're going to probably wrap it up. For those of you who did not catch the update, we have a fix in for Jason's shift and Jason's sensibilities. We're not deploying that just yet, simply because we want to have a look at this counselor animation interrupt situation first. For those of you who may not be experiencing the bug, God, man, when you don't wear this headset very often, then you throw it on your head, it's definitely awkward. For those of you who maybe haven't heard about the issue yet or haven't experienced it yourselves, there's an issue with counselors being able to interrupt certain animations and actions. It seems tied to interactions in general, so the team is looking at that. We hope to get that sorted out as well, and we're targeting next week for a fix. After that, we will be going into possibly a double XP weekend and taking a look at some other things, including the situation with the door. The situation with the door is a little bit more precise of an issue. So, again, we want to get the shift definitely sorted out. Sense definitely sorted out. And the animation interruptions with counselors sorted out and get that into a patch out to you guys next week, hopefully. To get you guys back up and running again and enjoying the game again. Once we're through that, then we will start looking at what goes into the next bigger patch and prioritization, and we'll have more news on that on the next episode of Beyond. Possibly not the next, but the next. And that's that. Didn't Victor Miller say you can add Uber Jason? I love toasting cats. That's not how lawsuits and legal proceedings work. One person can't just go, you know what? No, it's fine. But again, I'm not a lawyer. As far as Gun Media is concerned, exclamation point content in the chat shows you our entire FAQ on the topic of content in F13. Take her easy, Matt, and thanks, Gun Media. You guys keep up the good work. Rise above. Hey, Thanks, the Lone Gunman. We appreciate you tuning in and hanging out. Guys, I'm going to get going. Like I said, exclamation point content in chat for anybody with that question. I just saw another one scroll by. And exclamation point Discord is the link to our Discord. Somebody had asked that previously, but I was in the middle of flapping my gums. Exclamation point Discord will plop a link to our Discord in the chat, and you can get there from there. I was a Kickstarter backer and love the experience this game allowed me to have with my PlayStation friends day one and even now. I appreciate all the challenges and think the game has been the best it could be considering all the constraints. Matt, we appreciate the support, man. We really do. Let's see here. Jay's shift unlock time is pretty G in my opinion. Yeah, it's going though. It's going to be gone soon. Thank you for looking into shift. Only ask Jason Slow. Oh, man, that's shots fired. That's terrible. All right, guys. If I don't cut it here, I am never going to get out of this room. I need to get back to work. You guys all take care. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for your patience through this situation. We will be back with news, like I said, next week on Tuesday, 3 p.m., we have an episode of Beyond. And next week on Thursday at 3 p.m., we have an episode of Tales from the Stream. Hopefully, we will be back to our regular Tales from the Stream program because I want to talk to y'all about snacks. So, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for everything. Talk to you soon, gang.